Welcome to Venice, Italy, the city of water, history, and timeless romance. A place where every bridge tells a story, and every canal carries memories centuries old. There are cities built on solid ground, and then there is Venice, a city that floats on water, a dream realized in the middle of a shimmering lagoon. It is a masterpiece of engineering and art, a labyrinth of canals and alleys that invites you to lose yourself only to find something beautiful at every turn. Here, the hum of traffic is replaced by the gentle lapping of water against stone, and the rush of modern life gives way to a slower, more deliberate rhythm. For centuries, Venice was a powerful maritime republic, a gateway between East and West, and that legacy is etched into its very foundations. The air here feels different, charged with the echoes of merchants, artists, and lovers who have walked these same cobblestone streets. It's a city that asks you to put away your map and simply wander, to let your curiosity guide you through its enchanting maze. Every corner turned reveals a new vista, a quiet courtyard, a hidden garden, or a breathtaking view of the water. Join us as we explore the heart and soul of this unforgettable city. La Serenissima, the most serene. A gondola ride is more than a journey, it's a step into Venice's soul. Smooth water, ancient buildings, and a rhythm that slows your heart. As you settle into the plush velvet seat, the gondolier pushes off from the shore with a graceful, practiced movement. The world immediately shifts. You are now part of the city's lifeblood, gliding along the same liquid avenues that have served Venetians for over 1,000 years. The Grand Canal, the city's main thoroughfare, unfolds before you like a grand, watery boulevard. On either side, magnificent palazzos rise directly from the water, their ornate facades telling tales of opulent families, lavish parties, and centuries of history. Each building is a unique work of art, from Gothic arches to Renaissance details, their reflections dancing on the surface of the canal. The gondolier, often a local who has inherited the trade through generations, navigates the narrow waterways with astonishing skill, pointing out landmarks and sharing stories that you won't find in any guidebook. You'll slip under ancient stone bridges, so low you feel you can almost touch them. You'll hear the distant sound of an accordion or the faint echo of a church bell. This isn't just a tour, it's a moving meditation, a chance to see Venice from its most authentic perspective. It's in these quiet moments, drifting through silent back canals, that you truly connect with the city's spirit. Known to Italians as Piazza San Marco, this is the principal public square of Venice and the only one called a piazza, while the others are known as campi. Napoleon famously called it the drawing room of Europe, and it's easy to see why. The sheer scale and beauty of the square are breathtaking. Dominating one end is the magnificent St. Mark's Basilica, a masterpiece of Italo-Byzantine architecture, its domes and golden mosaics glittering in the sunlight. Next to it stands the Campanile, the bell tower, offering panoramic views of the city and its lagoon. On the other sides, the square is framed by elegant arcades, housing historic cafes like Kafka Florian and Grand Kafka Quadri, where orchestras play classical music for patrons enjoying an espresso. It's a place of incredible energy. Pigeons famously flock here, children chase them with delight, and people from all over the world gather to soak in the atmosphere. But the square also has a serene side, especially in the early morning before the crowds arrive, or late at night when the music has faded and the moonlight bathes the stones in a soft glow. To stand in the center of St. Mark's Square is to stand at the very heart of Venetian history and civic life. The Rialto Bridge is Venice's beating heart. From bustling markets to the gentle arch of its structure. This bridge connects more than two sides, it connects stories. For nearly 300 years, this was the only way to cross the Grand Canal on foot. Today, it remains the most famous and iconic of Venice's bridges. As you walk up its gentle steps, you are surrounded by a lively throng of people, and flanked by 2 rows of shops built right into the bridge itself, selling everything from Murano glass to leather goods. But the real magic happens when you pause at the top. The view of the Grand Canal from the Rialto is one of the most quintessential Venetian scenes. Gondolas, vaporettos, and water taxis glide below, creating a constant, mesmerizing dance on the water. Just beyond the bridge, you'll find the Rialto Market, a tradition that has been going on for centuries. It's a feast for the senses. The pesceria, or fish market, is a vibrant spectacle of the lagoon's bounty. Gleaming fish, crabs, and shrimp are piled high on ice. Nearby, the herberia, or vegetable market, bursts with color, offering fresh, seasonal produce from the surrounding region. The sounds of vendors calling out their daily specials and locals haggling for the best price create a symphony of everyday Venetian life. This area is more than just a tourist spot. It's a living, breathing part of the city. Venetian cuisine is a celebration of simple ingredients shaped by the sea, fresh, flavorful, and unforgettable. This is not the Italy of heavy tomato sauces and pasta you might find elsewhere. Venice's food is unique, born from its history as a major port and its intimate connection to the lagoon. Seafood is, of course, the star. Try the risotto al nero di sapia, a creamy risotto stained black with cuttlefish ink, a dish that is as dramatic as it is delicious. Or sard and sour, sweet and sour sardines with onions, pine nuts, and raisins are a recipe that harks back to the days when sailors needed to preserve food for long voyages. But the true Venetian dining experience is found in the Baccari, the city's traditional wine bars. Here, you'll join locals standing at the counter for an ombra, a small glass of wine, and cicchetti. These are small snacks, similar to Spanish tapas, and they are incredibly varied and creative. You might find anything from creamy bacala, mantecato whipped salt cod on a piece of polenta to tiny meatballs, marinated seafood, or artichoke hearts. Hopping from one Baccaro to another is the perfect way to spend an evening, sampling the best of Venetian flavors while immersing yourself in the local culture. It's a culinary journey that is both casual and deeply satisfying. When the sun sets in Venice, the city glows like a painting, soft, romantic, and filled with magic. The golden hour here is an event in itself. The harsh lights of midday softens, and a warm, honey-colored glow washes over the entire city. The terracotta rooftops seem to burn with a gentle fire, and the marble facades of the palazzas take on a rosy hue. As the sun dips towards the horizon, it paints the sky in breathtaking shades of orange, pink, and purple. These colors reflect on the vast, calm surface of the lagoon, blurring the line between water and sky. The silhouette of Venice's iconic skyline domes of St. Mark's, the pointed campanella, becomes stark and dramatic against the vibrant backdrop. It's a moment of pure tranquility and awe. The frantic energy of the day dissolves, replaced by a sense of peace. This is the time when Venice reveals its most poetic self, reminding you why it has inspired artists and dreamers for centuries. A Venetian sunset isn't just something you see, it's something you feel, a moment that stays with you long after the last light has faded. At night, Venice slows down. Water becomes a mirror, lights dance, and the city whispers its secrets to those who listen. Once the day trippers have departed and the sun has set, a different Venice emerges, a city that is quieter, more mysterious, and perhaps even more beautiful. The bustling canals become still, their dark waters perfectly reflecting the warm glow of the old-fashioned streetlights and the illuminated windows of homes. The sound of footsteps echoing in a narrow, empty alleyway is often the only thing you'll hear, besides the gentle lapping of water. It's the perfect time for a stroll with no destination in mind. You might find yourself in a deserted campo with only a centuries-old statue for company, or stumble upon a gondola moored for the night, bobbing gently in the darkness. The grand buildings and churches, which seemed so imposing during the day, now appear softer, their details highlighted by strategic lighting. The Rialto Bridge, free from its daytime crowds, becomes a serene vantage point to watch the occasional boat pass by, its lights trailing across the water. This is the Venice of secrets and romance, a city that feels both ancient and incredibly intimate. It's in these quiet, nocturnal hours that you can almost hear the whispers of the past and feel the true, timeless magic of this extraordinary place. Venice at night is an experience not to be missed, a final, enchanting chapter to a perfect day. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Be sure to subscribe for more travels.